Good day, everyone. We are the Group 4, and our topic for today is about the Philippine gods and goddesses, specifically from the Tagalog region. The Philippines is blessed with rich traditional beliefs, customs, and tales. In our culture, myths and folklore have been passed through generations verbally or through written words. If you're not familiar with the Philippine mythology, then you're actually missing a lot. Just like any myths, Philippine mythology has a lot of interesting stories and facts that will make you understand our culture more. Our objective for today is to inform you about the Philippine mythology, specifically the gods and goddesses from the Tagalog region. Philippine mythology is part of our culture. Our culture will always be relevant as it represents ourselves as Filipinos, and it makes our today's topic relevant to discuss until now. So sit back and relax as we introduce to you the gods and goddesses from the Tagalog region. The Tagalog people are our major ethnic group in the Philippines. They form a majority in Manila, Marinduque, and Southern Luzon, and a plurality in Central Luzon and the islands of Mindoro, Palawan, and Romblon.
Did you know that the supreme deity who created the universe was Bathala? Yes, indeed, he is Bathala, the supreme god of being, creator of man and earth, and he is sometimes addressed as Bathalang May Kapal. He dwells in Kaluwalhatian together with the lesser gods and goddesses. Aside from the lesser gods and goddesses, he sent his anitos in order to assist the daily lives of every human. When most of the natives were converted to Christianity during the Spanish era, he was referred to the Christian god. The next deity is Amanicable. Originally, this god was worshipped as a god of hunters. In other modern stories, he became associated as the ill-tempered god of the sea, replacing Aman Sinaya. Among of the first generation gods, aside from Bathala, he never married after his love was spurned by a beautiful mortal maiden named Maganda. In frustration, he swore vengeance against the humans by sending turbulent waves and horrible tempests in order to wreck boats and drown men. How horrible it is! Anyways, let's proceed to the next deity named Ijanale. Ijanale, the goddess of labor and good deeds. Natives used to call her for guidance in order to make their work successful. Ijanale married Dimangan and had 2 offspring. So let's proceed to the next deity of Bathala. She is the goddess of cultivated land, the most understanding and kind among the deities of Bathala. Her gift to man was agriculture. As benevolent giver of food and properties, she was respected and loved by the people. From her came fertility of fields and health of flocks and herds. Ikapati was said to have married Mapolon, the god of seasons, and they had a daughter named Anagolai. Anagolai became the goddess of lost things. When she attained maidenhood, she married Dumakalem, the son of Ijanale and Dumangan, by whom they had 2 children, Apulaki, the god of the sun and patron of warriors, and Dian Masalanta, who became the goddess of lovers.
Second generation of gods and goddesses. We have Mayari. Mayari is the goddess of the moon and one of the 3 daughters of Bathala by a mortal woman. She was the most charming of all the goddesses. She had 2 sisters, Tala and Hanan. Tala, as her name implies, is the goddess of the stars, a sister of Mayari and Hanan, and also one of the 3 daughters of Bathala by a mortal woman. Hanan, the goddess of the morning, a sister of Mayari and Tala, and also one of the three daughters of Bathala by a mortal woman. On the second slide, we have Dumakulem. Dumakulem is the strong, agile guardian of mountains and the son of Idinale and Dimangan. His sister was Aniton Tabu. He later married Anagolay. Aniton Tabu, the fickle-minded goddess of wind and rain, she was the daughter of Idinale and Dimangan and the sister of Dumakulem. Anagolay, the goddess of lost things, and the only offspring of Ikapati and Mapulon. She was married to Dumakulem.
And now, we are going to discuss about the third generation of gods and goddesses of the Tagalog region. First, Apolaki. Apolaki was considered as the god of sun, but aside from this, he was the chief patron of warriors, fighters, and mandirigma. He was the son of Anagolay and Dumakulem. Dian Masalanta. Dian Masalanta was the goddess of love, conception and childbirth, and the protector of the lovers. She was the daughter of Anagolay and Dumakulem, and was the youngest of all the deities. Another fact about Dian Masalanta is that she was described as breathtakingly beautiful with light olive skin, long, shining black hair, and twinkling eyes. To sum up, Philippine gods and goddesses of the Tagalog region is composed of three divisions, namely, the first generation, the second generation, and the third generation. The first generation of gods and goddesses are Bathala, Amanicable, Idyanale, Ikapati, Mapulon, and Lakapati. The second generation includes Mayari, Tala, Hanan, Dumakulem, Anitong Tabu, and Anagolay. The third generation of gods and goddesses covers Apolaki and Dian Masalanta. Philippine mythology attempts to explain the nature of our world through the lives and actions of gods and goddesses our ancestors believed in the early times. Those stories intend to encourage everyone to preserve our cultural heritage, promote the richness of Philippine mythology, and lastly, to show respect to the stories as they are.